Hi and welcome back to Nick's Garage UK. In this video I'm going to show you how I've modified this cheap sandblaster unit to work absolutely perfectly with hardly spending any money. Right, so we'll start with the two most expensive things. It's this, I think it's like a Cyclone unit. It was £12.59 and the bucket cost me £7.99. So the idea behind this is it helps separate the dust particles, the bigger particles, from going into the vacuum cleaner, which is attached to here. So if I follow this pipe up, if you have a look, drill the hole into the top of the unit, this takes away all the dust so that it doesn't get clogged up. What I've also actually ordered on the back of these units, you'll be able to see later on in the video, but there's a vent hole. I've ordered a car panel filter. It was £1.99 delivered, but it's not arrived yet. I'm actually just going to clamp that onto the back just to allow that little bit of extra filtration, because that hole, although baffled, before I put the extraction unit on, did let a little bit of dust out. Since I've done the extraction unit, absolutely nothing comes out there, but I have already ordered it, so I may as well put it on. So that's the first modification. Now I'll show you the inside in a moment. The second modification we've made is underneath. So I did quite a lot of research before purchasing the unit, and a lot of people have put a different extraction unit in for taking out the media from the bottom of the unit. So this is what it comes with. This just sort of pokes in on the inside into the sand inside that hopper, but it clogs up and this area gets clogged up as well. So what people do is on the bottom of the hopper, you put a pipe like this so that you've got a direct feed back in. Now I appreciate, and I do say later on when I'm actually making this, because later on in the video you can see the fabrication, that I've actually used copper, brass and a cheap PVC pipe. The pipe I'm going to change because it's a bit of pond pipe that I had. This I appreciate it's going to wear. I do know that copper and brass will wear, but the rate it's going to wear for me and the pipe that goes inside it, I'm happy to change it when I need to. So basically what I've done is I've put a T-piece, I've put a compression fitting on the bottom so I can drain the media out, I've put the pipe on, and then you put a vent on. I'm not entirely sure what the vent's for, but I've left it open and it works absolutely perfect. What you then do, if you follow the pipe through, I've drilled a hole through, put a big pipe grommet that again I had, and I'll just show you the inside. So on the inside you can see the pipe come through, absolutely no media passes through it. It's about 1.5 inches thick. Goes onto the gun, which has got loads and loads of slack on it. You can see a battery tray that I've been doing there and all the media in the bottom. From what I've read, people have said you only need very small amount of media, but I emptied it into that when I did this second modification. So I ended up just throwing half the bucket back in. To show you the top, that's just a tank connector. I've blocked up the original hole. The reason why I've done it from the top and not out the original hole is just for space. I've made it all with push fit fittings, so 1.25 inch push fit pipe. The reason why I've done that is because I want to be able to pack this away. I don't want to leave it out all the time like this. So all I have to do is pop the top off there, take it off there, that can go away. One thing I would definitely say to anybody considering buying one of these is that the putting together it probably took me 3 hours. But what I did is it had foam strips on all the way around on all the joints. As you can see, it's a bit crude, but I've siliconed every single joint as well. So I've made sure that nothing comes out. What I actually did before I put it on test, blocked up the back hole, put the vacuum on, all the gloves and everything absolutely suck in, so I know that there's no air that comes out. Right, so they're the modifications that I've made to the blasting unit. If you do want to watch the rest of the video, you actually see me fabricate all the parts that I've made and how I've done it. So really useful to watch if you're thinking about making one. You see how awkward it is to put together as well, though the putting together is in time lapse, so it takes about 30 seconds. I'll see you on the next one. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. As usual, I'll be totally honest with you about how this went. So this time lapse is around about 3 hours worth of work.
putting this sandblasting unit together was an absolute nightmare. It was just time consuming, loads and loads of little bolts. So I watched quite a few videos on these blasters and read quite a lot of reviews and realised that it all needed siliconing together. So although it does come with foam, I actually used silicone as I was putting it together, which you'll see in a moment, but then I also siliconed the edges afterwards. So I followed the instructions, which weren't as clear as they probably could have been. Put the top section together before starting on the hopper, and then the bottom section of it. Again, as I said, making sure to silicone all the joints. The legs then went on, followed by the bottom shelf, and then I sorted out the actual gun that you use and put a fitting in so that I could connect onto my air hose as it was. I then fitted the glass, and then that sees it completed.
Looking into the unit, you can see I've siliconed all the edges, obviously even round where the gloves are going, all down into the hopper, down at the bottom where the relief is, so obviously I'll leave that to go off. I was in two minds whether to do this section here, but because I have silicone on the inside, I'm not actually going to bother. I'll see how it is. I'll just give you a show of how it works, and then I'll show you the bit of dust it's creating in the garage because the setup's not been done yet for the extraction, and then obviously towards the end of the video I'll give you a demo of how it is with it as well. Now I'm using this with a 150 litre compressor. I have got an extra 100 litre vessel that I'm going to be adding to it, and it definitely needs it. Hopefully you'll be able to hear when the compressor kicks in, but then once it does kick in, it doesn't actually turn off if I carry on, and I do start to lose pressure after a little bit of time. Compressor kicked in already. Here's my first attempt at sandblasting using the blaster. Still need to do a little bit more on it, but I do need to sort out the extraction because, as you can see, because I've locked up everything, I was getting a lot of positive pressure inside the unit and it's still got really dusty around. Right, so please say my dust separator's arrived now. I'm gonna attach it to an old bucket which had bird food in. So I've got hole saw ready, cut a hole in the centre, pop that on there. I'm going to back it with a piece of ply, obviously give it a little bit of rigidity, and then I've just been having a look through my stocks of old basically plumbing fittings, trying to make something that's gonna fit on here, and I bought a piece of pipe so that I can attach it through to the blaster. So I've just managed to get some 1.25" push fit fittings onto the Vortex separator. Right, so this is the connector that I'm going to be fitting into the top where I've drilled the hole there. It's a standard 1.25" push fit. That'll be going there with two fittings to drop me down get my angles down so I can keep it nice and tight to the glass cabinet there down the side. Don't want to take too much space down here so it won't actually protrude past here. I was going to just put the connector into the side of that, but as you can see, by the time I'd got that in and then a fitting on it, it just take up too much space. So dab of silicone on that, straight in with the washer, and then we'll tighten it up and then start work again. Alright, so as you can see now, I've got myself a new bucket. I've used push fit fittings, 1.25" push fit fittings, and I've got my new assembly on, and it's hooked up to the vacuum as well. I've just been using it for a little bit and absolutely no dust comes out of the unit, and I've not even put the air filter yet on the back of the unit because it's not arrived yet. The next project, I've been looking at some more videos online, and at the bottom here, the feed that goes into the actual blasting gun, people have been putting a section on there and running it straight off rather than having a dip tube. So I think I'm going to tackle that now. As you can see there, I've taken off the chamfered edge that it had on originally, just to give me a little, in fact I may take a little bit more off, just to give me a little bit more sort of purchase when it comes to putting it on. So we'll take that back a tiny little bit. I'll not show you again because obviously you know what I'm doing. And then what I've got to do is cut off the back of it. So we'll cut it right back so that we've got a nice small flat face. There you go, you can see that now is nice and flat. I'm just going to use the cut off tool to chop the side off. Alright, so here's the piece I've just made on the lathe. That's going to be screwed down there, which I'll show you now. Right, so as you can see, I've got the nut on now. This will then go on the top with the metal in between, and that'll hold it down. I'll put some thread locker on that to hopefully hold it in place, but what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to machine off the outer edge. Alright, so here's the nut now with the edge taken off it, and as you can see, alright, so here's the unit complete. So I've got the removable cap on the bottom. This assembly will sit something like that. I'll show you in a second once I start drilling the bottom of the hopper. Right, so this is now firm in. My plan for doing this works absolutely perfectly. I just need to silicone this down there, it's ready to go back together. Alright, so here's the unit in place. So, got everything on, valves on ready. I've put a piece of pipe that I had here. I'm going to drill a hole through there. Just a quick update before I do it, I actually managed to find a big rubber bung. So I'm going to put that in there and hopefully that will work a bit better. I'm going to push that into there, get it all locked in, and then we'll push the pipe through. Alright, so here's the pipe on. I've got it on the gun as well. Don't know if you'll be able to see through there. Yeah, you just can. I'm going to give it a try now, see how it works. Right, that's the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, and if you did enjoy the video, put a little like in it. I appreciate it was a long video, but I did just try and show as much detail into what goes into making these as possible. As you can tell, it was filmed over around about a week, only a couple of hours a night and one sort of afternoon, but it takes quite a long time, and I did have to put a little bit of thought into how I was going to make each individual item. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.